Our school and community in competition, in public service, in music and dance, whose commitment to extracurricular programs have a profound impact on the culture of our school, whose success is a source of pride for all of us, and whose character and leadership are an example for all. I am Mr. Jesse Snyder, and I'll be your host tonight. The Heart of the Panther is an award given to an individual by each sport program, each club, each activity in our school. The award is not given for competitive excellence or skill, but it is given to the individual who exemplifies what it means to be a Panther. Each of the students honored here tonight have been selected for representing our power values of perseverance, ownership, work ethic, engagement, and respect. From the candidates in our program tonight, 4 individuals have been selected by our staff as the Heart of the Panther winners. Their names will be placed alongside the past winners of this very special award, will hang in our halls forever. Each of our nominees has brought with them an honored guest from the program that nominated them. They are here tonight because our nominees felt that these students would carry on their legacy of Panther power in the programs they represent. We welcome our honored guests tonight. Hope to see some of you on this stage in the future. If you are here tonight as an honored guest of one of our nominees, would you stand and please be recognized? I would like to personally thank our Sumner School District Board President, Aaron Marquardt, Vice President Deb Norris, Mr. Bill Gaines, Ms. Sharon Fochman, Ms. Ellie Warmoth, Superintendent Lori Dent, and Mayor Neil Johnson for attending our event tonight. Thank you. I would also like to recognize our school administrators, Lindsay Richter, Tony Clark, Kelsey Anderson, Steve Fulkerson, and Principal Chris Turner for the hard work that they do and for the support that they give to our athletic and activity programs that make a high school experience so special for the students that are here tonight. Before we should begin, I should mention that we're slightly out of order from what's listed in your program. That was done so that the guest presenters, the coaches and advisors who wanted to be a part of sharing the awards could present the awards to the students that they nominated from their own program. They're listed in the program in alphabetical order by program. We'll deviate from that slightly. Nominees, when you are called, please enter and exit the stage from this side. Stand while all 4 nominees are honored, and then exit the way that you came. Let's meet our first group. Would Band Director Meredith Heinsman please join me on the stage to announce the first group of nominees?
Good evening, everyone. May I please have May Bolt, Jason Brockman, Grant Jeter, and Peyton Mitchell join me on the stage. While they're making their way up, I'm supposed to say a little bit about my program, which is the band program. Our band program here at Bonnie Lake High School has everything from jazz band to percussion to concert band to small ensembles, and we're really, really thrilled to be at such an excellent school. So, oh goodness, that's loud. My apologies. Representing Above the Influence is May Bolt. Her honored guest tonight is Amy Chapman. May Bolt is the president of the Above the Influence Club, whose mission is to eliminate alcohol and drug use at Bonnie Lake High School and support students trying to live a drug and alcohol-free lifestyle. May is nominated for her perseverance and respect. May is known for being steadfast and determined in the face of all challenges that she faces and being a mentor to younger students, showing respect for all. Representing the band tonight is Jason Brockman. His honored guest is Fiona Grote. I'm going to go off book for this one because Jason is my nominee. Jason is perhaps the biggest band nerd I've ever met. He's been in so many band classes. I think I saw him more than I saw any other student first semester. It was like 4 classes a day. It was crazy. And he was nominated for Heart of the Panther because he helps make band a wonderful place. I remember the first time I met Jason. It was The summer before my first year teaching, I had never taught marching band before. I was terrified, and I came to run a rehearsal, and I thought, oh, I'm really, really gonna mess this up. I'm so scared. And I ran a rehearsal, and I thought, well, nobody died. I hope it was okay. And I felt really unsure of everything. And Jason came up and shook my hand and said, thank you for a great rehearsal, Mrs. Heinzman. And I knew it was gonna be okay, and I knew that I was gonna find my home here at Bonnie Lake High School. And he does that not just for teachers, but students and everyone that he meets, and that's why he is our nominee for Band for Heart of the Panther. From the men's basketball team, Grant Jeter. His honored guest tonight is Kyle Schoen. Grant was a 4-year participant in the basketball program and a 2-year varsity letterman. Grant consistently led by example during his career at Bonnie Lake High School. Grant was unanimously voted Heart of the Panther Award winner by the basketball coaching staff this year. During his junior season, Grant was voted Most Valuable Teammate by his teammates on the junior varsity team. Grant has signed to play collegiate basketball at Green River Community College next season, and as he finishes his career at BLHS, he's 9th in all-time rebounds, 5th in all-time blocked shots, and 3rd all-time field goal percentage. He was nominated for respect and perseverance, and he demonstrates those throughout his time in our program. Head coach Sam Oliver had this to say about Grant, and this is a quote. My favorite moment with Grant was probably when he was a junior, who was swinging between the junior varsity team and varsity team. Grant was such an unselfish player that he would rarely look to score points, preferring instead to move the ball within the context of the offense. I went to Grant about halfway through that year and told him I had a new goal for him. He needed to score double figures in every JV game for the rest of the season. I explained that this would be difficult in only 2 to 3 quarters of JV play, and they would have to look to score and shoot the ball more frequently. Most kids would begin salivating if you told them you wanted them to shoot more, but Grant was humble in his acceptance of my goal. He nodded his head quietly and said, okay, I think I can do that. I would take a Grant Jeter on every roster I had for the rest of my coaching career. High praise from Coach Oliver. Congratulations. And representing women's basketball tonight is Peyton Mitchell. Her honored guest is Peyton Shalene. Peyton has served 2 years as team captain of the academic state champion women's basketball team. She has been a 3-year starter and led the team in scoring and assists for the last 2 years. She earned her first team All-SPSL honors as a junior and second team All-PCL honors this season. Peyton has scored over 750 points in her basketball career. Respect, ownership, and perseverance have made Peyton the player and teammate that she was during her career in Panther basketball. On senior night, in the 3rd quarter, with a 10-point lead, Peyton asked to be taken out of the game so another senior who hadn't played any varsity minutes that season could get into the game. Coach wasn't quite ready to make that substitution, not feeling that a 10-point lead was comfortable yet. In response, Peyton scored 9 points in a short minute so that her teammate could be on the floor her senior night. Congratulations. And there you have it, your first 4 Heart of the Panther nominees for this evening. Let's give them another round of applause. Will ASB advisor Charlie Hyland please come to the stage to announce the next group of nominees?
Thank you, Ms. Heinzman. Will Abby Scott, Demetrius Wilson, Ashley Buss, Olivia Gustafson please come to the stage? As Ms. Heisman said, my name is Charlie Hyland. I'm the ASB advisor here at Bonnie Lake High School. I oversee our associate student body government and our leadership program that we have here at Bonnie Lake, which has impact on all of the groups that are here tonight, helping support them and promote their groups. So I'd first like to start with Demetrius Wilson and he's representing our book club and gaming club tonight. Demetrius is a leader in the library community that always puts others always before himself. He strives to make the community a better place that is fun, inclusive, and full of vibrant energy. Many of the most successful ventures of our club have been planned and constructed by Demetrius. He is always willing to donate his time and effort to any project that betters the experience of the many patrons who come to the library. Without his commitment to his adventurous ideas, the library would not be as strong as it is today. In the first week of school, Demetrius decided the library would become his home. When a few students were in the library at the beginning of the school year, Demetrius saw potential in this place and aimed to build a community of gamers and learners. For this reason, Demetrius will always be known as the original OG, the original gamer. Demetrius is nominated for his ownership and perseverance in the club. Demetrius will always make the club his priority and spends his free time to make the club events exciting and groundbreaking. Demetrius Wilson, everyone. From our cheer team, we have Ashley Buss. Her honored guest tonight is Mackenzie Seymour. Ashley is a leader on our cheer team and was voted most spirited by her teammates. Ashley is always willing to help others, and she is a positive and tireless supporter of our school and its programs. Ashley is always there to support her teammates in whatever way is needed. The power value that Ashley exemplifies is respect. Ashley is always kind to others, and no matter what kind of day she has had, she always comes to practice and games with a smile and ready to cheer. Ashley is enthusiastic, genuine to everyone. She is a model of servant leadership and is an important part of the culture here at Bonnie Lake High School. Ashley Buss, everyone. Representing the choir is Olivia Gustafson, and her honored guest is Quincy Robinson. Olivia is the president of the choir, responsible for organizing meetings and coordinating such events as travel to New York, the Bonnie Lake Children's Honor Choir, fundraising, conducting performances, and warming up the choir on a daily basis. An accomplished singer herself, Olivia was the only student out of 2,000 competitors awarded an Ovation Award at the World Strides Festival in New York this year. She has also earned superior ratings and was the first alternate to state at the Solo and Ensemble Festival. Choir director Amy Ballard has nominated Olivia because she exemplifies all of her Panther values, but most specifically engagement, because every moment she has her heart and soul on the task at hand and isn't distracted and is always wanting to do her best in that moment and get better. Olivia Gustafson, everyone. Representing our associated student body is Abby Scott, and her honored guest tonight is Addison Rittenhouse. Abby is our ASB president for our student body, and I am honored every day to get to work alongside this young woman. She has an incredible work ethic and strives every single day to do what's best for our student body. She always stays back, she always puts in the extra effort, she always focuses on those small little details to ensure that our students, when they come here for a sporting event, for a dance, for an assembly, for any academic event we have going on, that the attention to detail is there, and that every student feels like they can call this place home. Abby has been a fantastic leader to our student body and has done great things to improve the culture of our school and the experience of being a Panther for all students. Again, I have been honored this year to work alongside her as my ASB president this year. Abby Scott. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you. Would head baseball coach Mike Olson please come to the stage to present the next group of our nominees?
Thank you. Will Cam Campbell, Dalton Workman, Sydney Petter, and Leanne Jackson please come to the stage? While they're making their way up here, I get to talk about the baseball program, which is really easy because we have great players and awesome kids, and it's really easy to talk about. This year we won the Pierce County League Championship and then finished fifth in the state tournament. And then the thing that I'm most proud of, though, and shows how great our kids are, was that at our league meetings we also won the Sportsmanship Award, which doesn't tend to go to teams that, win. So we were really, really proud of that one. Representing the baseball team is Cam Campbell. His honored guest tonight is Alana Thronson. Cam has been our rock the last couple of seasons. He might be the steadiest player that we've ever had. I nominated him for showing ownership. And he does this just on a daily basis. He does anything that's needed. He does it without asking, whether it's setting up a station after or before practice, whether it's cleaning up after practice, chasing down foul balls, or doing little things that nobody wants to do. He does it, like I said, without asking. He does it not for credit, not to try to, get a pat on the back or anything like that. He just does it because it's the right thing to do. And he does it with fidelity. He does it so that it's done right. He does a better job with those things than anybody I know. His attention to detail also leads to great things on the field. He was first team All Pierce County League this year after being second team All SPSL last year. He is headed to the All-State game this weekend over in Yakima. He got hurt and dislocated his finger. It went like this in our second to last game, and then a week later in the senior all-star game in the local area, dominated it. Was the best player on the field, and this is playing with one hand really. It was amazing. Cam set our record this year for stolen bases in a league season, and if you know Cam, it's not because of his blazing speed. It is because he is coachable, alert, focused, and applies the principles that we teach and never takes a pitch off. He's that kind of a kid. In fact, we've kind of got a brand name for all the things he does, and we simply, around our program, just call it doing Cam things. And you've kind of arrived when your name becomes a verb. So, Cam Campbell, everyone. Representing the Culinary Arts program is Dalton Workman. His honored guest tonight is Morgan Eisenberg. Dalton Workman is the core of our Culinary Arts program. Starting high school as a basketball athlete, he made a change during his junior year as an emergency fill-in culinary team member. This chance opportunity was the beginning of something great. For the past 2 years, he has dedicated himself to our kitchen world of food service, hospitality, and service to others. Dalton has been a culinary arts state champion, a national contender, the Bonnie Lake top chef, community contributor, and has the talent to be a worthy chef someday. He has been nominated for his engagement and his work ethic. He is always the first in and the last out. Dalton is always there to help, lead, and assist. Doing the right thing when no one is watching him is what he is all about. He has a solid balance of work and family. When not in the classroom in the kitchen, he is with his loved ones. As Dalton pursues his career in food services and hospitality, there is no doubt he will live his dreams with his Panther experiences, friends, and family. With a true Panther heart, Dalton Workman. Representing dance and drill is Sydney Petter. Her honored guest tonight is Nicole Strachey. Sydney was the drill team lieutenant for the 2016-17 season and was a dancer in all 3 routines that placed at the state championships. Our team was the state champion in the show and kick categories and 3rd in the military routine. Sydney was voted their best leader by her teammates. The power values that Sydney exemplifies are work ethic and respect. Head coach Lisa O'Brien had this to say about Sydney. When I arrived to practice, Sydney always asked me how my day is going so far, and she always has a smile. She is kind to everyone and is willing to help her teammates out any way she can. She always comes to practice knowing her choreography, and she will work on a skill until she has mastered it. She pushes herself to always do her best. Sydney Petter. And representing DECA is Leanne Jackson. Her honored guest tonight is Megan Coates. Leanne Jackson led our chapter's efforts to partner with the Lions Club to hold the 11th annual Death by Chocolate charity benefit dinner, whose proceeds will benefit the greater Bonnie Lake community. She worked on this event for most of the school year, and it raised over $5,000 for the Lions Club and for DECA. She is also an active member in the DECA Club itself and helps run the Den's coffee shop. Leanne's participation in the Death by Chocolate event earned her a spot at DECA's International Career Development Conference. She also competed at the area and state level this year. Leanne demonstrates the power values of perseverance and ownership. Leanne stepped up and took on very big projects for DECA this year when others shied away. She saw each of these projects through to the end, never giving up when things felt difficult, frustrating, or overwhelming. She accomplished a lot this year, and the DECA Club is stronger because of her contributions. Leanne Jackson. And if we could give these 4 wonderful nominees one more round of applause. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce a dear friend of mine and nearly retired drama program advisor, Brenda Williams, to come to the stage.
I'm the shortest one. I'd like to call Cassidy Anderson, Joey Ahern, Michaela Swigert, and Mason Bell to the stage, please. I'd like to say that the theater program here at Bonnie Lake has acted well its part. And we have been the producers of some amazing shows over the years, and I'm very proud of it. And I know it's a heritage, and it will continue to be an amazing program to provide for our kids. The first nominee I'm going to read about is Cassidy Anderson. Now, the information you have in your program was actually last year's information, but she's just as wonderful this year. Cassidy is Drama Club president for the 2nd year. She was student director for our fall play, Pride and Prejudice. And this involved long hours of planning and rehearsing, along with overseeing the promotions and the play programs. She was hilarious as the voice coach in Moses Supposes His Toasts Are Roses in Singing in the Rain. Cassidy is an international honor thespian, which represents about 1,200 hours of theater over the past 4 years. She's been in 8 major shows. She's participated in Washington State International Thespian State Conference, competed at their individual events, and organized our students' registration for both of these. In every aspect, Cassidy leads without being bossy. She will stay hours and hours to finish a project or meet a deadline, knowing that the show must go on. This year, Cassidy deservedly was voted most inspirational by her peers in Drama Club. She is often the peacemaker and brings sanity for the cast, crew, and their director. She's been my right hand, helper, and encourager for 2 years. She is consistent and excellent in all she chooses to do. Having been Drama Club president for 2 years and student play director for Pride and Prejudice, I've often had to find Cassidy in halls, run her down, send notes, hunt her down at lunches, and to ask her for all kinds of decisions and support. She has started greeting me at these moments with, "What do you need now?" But she still helps me. I just cannot pick one power of value. Cassidy has shown pride of ownership in making our club and each production amazing. Her acting is engaging, her work ethic is stellar, and she's beyond responsible as an actor and an officer. Cassidy Anderson. Oh, I forgot to say her honored guest tonight is Faith Clark. Sorry. Who is our next Drama Club president. Representing Fast Pitch is Joey Ahern, and her honored guest tonight is Brooke Nelson. Joey is a 4-year letterman, 2-time captain, was Heart of the Panther nominee from Fast Pitch last year, but more importantly, she is the matriarch, the mama bear of the Fast Pitch team. Coach Andrew Sage says that she is the glue that holds us together. Joy has a calm, positive, and reassuring persona. The foundation of the culture of Fast Pitch program is give yourself up to something greater than you. Joy epitomizes this ideal. She is selfless in all that she does. Joy is a 3-time SPSL 3A All-Conference player and a PCL All-Conference as a senior. This year, our team finished 4th place at the state tournament. Joey's success is due to her perseverance. Joy has faced many challenges in her life, and she always finds a way to put a smile on her face and lift others up around her, even when she is hurting or struggling. Joey Ahern. From the FCCLA program is Michaela Swigert, and her honored guest tonight is Sydney Pitter. Michaela has been involved in the past 3 years in FCCLA. She currently serves as a chapter president. Michaela's accomplishments include cooking on the FCCLA culinary team, an advocacy project focused on understanding media bias, and competing in career investigation, where she explored a career in the military. She also served as our blood drive coordinator and is active in fundraising and assisting others with their competition projects. She balanced all of this with a load of AP classes and military physical training as she prepares to enter military service this summer. In the past 2 years, Michaela has qualified with a gold medal to compete at the state conference, where she earned her silver medal. This year, Michaela competed in career investigation and was the state champion, qualifying her to compete at the FCCLA Nationals this summer. Michaela is known for her perseverance and work ethic in pursuit of her goals. As a senior, she set it as her goal to become the state champion and qualify for nationals. After failing to qualify in the 2 previous years, she never gave up and worked hard on her project and has achieved her goal of becoming an FCCLA state champion. She will compete in nationals this summer. Michaela Swigert. Representing the Gay Straight Alliance is Mason Bell, and his honored guest tonight is Meredith Graham. Mason is the president of the GSA and serves in many roles for the group. Mason was also a member of the short-lived Quidditch Club and fondly remembers the concussion sustained by a staff member while playing the game at last year's field day. I can also speak to Mason before I read this last line that he has been part of our stage crew and stepped in and did the lighting and sound for us during Pride and Prejudice, and is an amazing young man. Mason has been nominated for showing the value of respect. Mason is committed to the ideal that all people are deserving of respect. Mason Bell. So Cassidy, Joey, Michaela, and Mason, congratulations. Sorry. It is my pleasure to introduce golf, J.D. Rushton, our coach.
I think she was just trying to do some live acting there for me. So, all right. So these individuals, if they will please come up. Michael Coram, Gabby Jones, Elizabeth Madison, and Wendy Roush. Will they please come to the stage? Oops. While they come up, I get to talk about golf just for a quick second. In the last 4 years, our golf program, it's been pretty cool, where we have been able to finish in the top 3 in our league, including a 5th place finish at state in 2016. We've had 5 straight years of having a state participant, which is fantastic for us because the first bunch of years here, we didn't have that. But I want to promote the fall sport just for 3 reasons real quick. Number 1, it's a sport you hardly get hurt in. Yes, you can get hurt. You can take a club to the head. That did happen to one of our boys this year. But it's a sport you hardly get hurt. It's 2, it's something you can do for the rest of your life. And 3, for those who want to do business later on in life, it's a great way to schmooze with people, okay? So we're always looking for more people. The first person I want to talk about is from the men's golf team, and that's Michael Coram. Unfortunately, he's unable to be here tonight because his mother was having surgery today, and he chose to be there with her in the hospital. So I think that's another reason to show why he deserves the heart of the Panther. His honored guest tonight is Tanner Smith. Michael was a 3-time varsity letterman on the golf team and a co-captain his senior year. He's been a member of our team for all 4 years at Bonnie Lake and has shown some great improvements, ultimately qualifying for state his senior year. He was a first-team all-PCL player and the top point average for the Panthers this season. Michael was the alternate to state, but 2 days before the meet, I was able to receive a phone call from our athletic director, good old Mr. Snyder, to tell us that he had qualified for the tournament. And that was one of the best phone calls I've been able to make recently, when I was able to call Michael and say, Michael, you're in. And he was on cloud 9. It was great. He was excited. I was excited. I'll never forget how excited he was because he had worked so hard all spring to try to qualify for state. Michael demonstrated leadership throughout his whole senior year. He was often the first one to practice. He was one of the last ones to leave. And one of the best things about him, he was always willing to drive those underclassmen down to the golf course. And that is not an easy task for a senior to drive a 9th grader to the golf course. He demonstrated to his fellow seniors and each of the underclassmen what dedication is to a sport and a team. And I'm grateful for what he's brought to our program. And he will be missed, not just by his playing, but also by his character. And that's Michael Coram. Representing the women's golf team is Gabby Jones, and her honored guest is Allie Rashid. Okay, there you go, Allie, or Gabby. I don't know who that was for. All right. Gabby was a co-captain of the women's golf team this year, and she was also an all-PCL representative as a utility player on the fast pitch team. Gabby represented BLHS in the league medalist tournament for golf and would have been a state qualifier as an individual, but because we play golf in the fall and softball is in the spring, and they had qualified as the softball team for the spring tournament, she had to make a decision whether she was going to play golf or fast pitch. She chose to be with the fast pitch team, but she would have been a qualifier for state, we feel. Gabby's leadership and her work ethics are why she was nominated to represent the golf team as the Heart of the Panther nominee. Gabby's accomplishments in both sports make her one of the elite female athletes in our school. Gabby Jones. From HOSA, Elizabeth Madison, her honored guest tonight is Isabel Biss. Elizabeth is one of the founding members of the Bonnie Lake HOSA Future Health Professionals chapter. This year, Elizabeth served as the chapter president. She's our first ever state champion in biomedical laboratory science and also competed at the international level where she placed in the top 30. As I was reading this bio beforehand, I feel really dumb reading her stuff because of what she's accomplished. I just have to say that right now. While Liz shows Panther power every day, she stands out in the areas of perseverance and work ethic. Liz has logged countless hours studying laboratory techniques like gram staining, ABO blood typing, and solution to prepare for competitions. While other students were celebrating their last day of school, Liz was studying in Nashville to take her biomedical laboratory science knowledge exam the next day. Exactly. Scoring in the top 30, Liz continued to practice the 7 testable practical skills in the competition, avoiding the temptation to sightsee in a new city until all of her competitions were complete. Elizabeth Madison. One of the neat things to be able to do this, I teach, for those that don't know, I teach 6th grade at Mountain View across the street, is seeing so many former students who are receiving these awards today. I'm a little bit proud to see this from many of these students, and one of those is Wendy Roush from the gymnastics team. I had her 4 years ago. Your program will say it was 3 years ago. She wants to make sure you know she's a sophomore, not a 9th grader, as your program says. Her honored guest tonight is Samantha Mitchell. Wendy is one of our all-around gymnasts, meaning she competes on all 4 events that make up a gymnastics competition. She is a leader by example. She's never missed a practice or a meet and is always on time with a positive, confident, yet humble competitive spirit. She handled things that didn't always go her way with grace and integrity, and she never gave up. She was always supportive, always encouraging teammates during practices and during the meets. Wendy was always more concerned about the success of the team rather than her own individual needs. She has been nominated for her ownership of the gymnastics program. Wendy qualified for and competed in the district meet, narrowly missing a spot at state on the vault. She helped as a much-needed manager at state and was incredibly helpful, and to the teammates who did qualify, and helping coach Balabanis, is that how you say it? Balabanis, who happened to be injured at the time. Wendy Roush. Ladies, you may go ahead and exit the stage, while Key Club Advisor, you know her as G. Please come to the stage to present the next group of nominees.
Oh, good evening. So bear with me, I've never done this before. I can't really see any of you. As JD said, I'm Miss G. I am the Key Club Advisor here at the high school. This is my 5th year doing this. So will the following students please join me on the stage? Johnny Martinez, Jessica Freiberger, Riley Nelson, and Sarah Musgrave. Hurry up, you guys. I'm supposed to talk. So, as I said, I am the Key Club Advisor, and it's an awful fun club. I have the privilege of meeting with these kids once a week, and they are a great group of kids. So, as JD said, I'm Miss G. They call me Miss G. So, from Key Club, Johnny Martinez. Her honored guest tonight is Addison Rittenhouse. Johnny served as Public Relations Officer for Key Club, which is an organization devoted to community service. Her work in Key Club has earned her the 2016-2017 Kiwanis Scholarship, which I am so proud of her. Ownership and engagement are the power traits that best describe Johnny. From the very start of joining Key Club last September, Johnny brought forward new ideas and suggestions to recruit more club members and to get more members involved in community service. She's had such enthusiasm that other members get excited about her ideas. She asked me halfway through the school year if she could become Public Relations Officer. Since the club didn't have one, I thought, why not? And she has done an incredible job since. Representing Leo Club, Jessica Freiberger. Jessica is currently the president of Leo Club, an organization devoted to service within the community. Last year, she served as vice president and has participated in Leo Club for her entire high school career, during which she's had perfect attendance and organized projects like delivering apples to staff members, an eyeglass drive, Christmas balls for senior citizens, and summer gift boxes for elementary students in need. Jessica is the Energizer Bunny of the Leo Club and has made participation in the group fun with her personality and sense of humor. Jessica Freiberger. Jessica is nominated for her work ethic and ownership. She is a born leader. Her charismatic charm spreads to each club member, keeping them all engaged. She genuinely cares about others and the work that Leo Club does. This authentic compassion and willingness to help inspires others to do the same. When presented with an opportunity to serve the group or others, she is always the first to make it happen. Again, Jessica. Representing boys lacrosse is Riley Nelson. His honored guest is Chris Silva. Riley is a 3-year letter winner, a team captain, and a long pole defender on our boys lacrosse team. Riley will be continuing his career in lacrosse at Colorado Mesa University next year. Riley has been nominated for his work ethic, engagement, and respect he shows teammates, coaches, and opponents. This is from the boys lacrosse coach, Aaron DeLeon. Riley has worked to improve his skills by participating in select clubs and camps. He's also worked hard to be a good student. Riley has also made sure to make new players feel welcome, no matter their skill level. He always offers words of encouragement to his teammates when some are frustrated with each other. He is excited for a freshman scoring his first goal in the program, as he is for a playoff win. Riley Nelson. From girls lacrosse, Sarah Musgrave. Her honored guest tonight is Colleen O'Leary. Sarah is the captain of the women's lacrosse team. Sarah brings a calming and positive attitude to practices and games. Sarah is a 2-year captain of the team, a 2017 all-conference player, and was the team's leading scorer this season. She is the first one to throw a snowball at practice and is always ready for the challenge of a minute to win it game-like. Face the cookie, junk in the trunk, defy gravity, and name that tune for a Slurpee. Sarah is nominated by Coach Dan Fishburne for showing respect. She leads by example. She arrives early, practices, and plays through injuries and illnesses. Rarely complains. She steps up and helps everyone. New player, freshman, or upperclassman. She is a gracious winner and is humble in a loss. She respects her teammates, opposing players, and coaches, and consequently her teammates. Opposing players and coaches have a deep respect for her. Sarah Musgrave. Again, Johnny Martinez, Jessica Freiberger, Riley Nelson, and Sarah Musgrave. Thank you. Would head girls soccer coach Wayne Ferris please come to the stage to present the next group of nominees?
Okay. I'd like to call up Madison Woodworth, Chase Rhodes, Alex Stevenson, and Olivia Grove. Would you join me on stage, please? While they're coming up, I want to tell you that I've got the great honor and privilege of coaching your women's soccer team, and I'm so proud of them. And we have a mantra that's part of our ethos and our foundation of our program, and that is that we are a team that's open to everybody, but we're not just for anybody. We're looking for what we call BLP OKGs. They're Bonnie Lake Panther, our kind of gals and our kind of guys. And I just want you to know it's really proud and honored to look out at this whole crowd and know that I'm surrounded tonight. We're all surrounded tonight by a whole bunch of BLP OKGs. Amen? Good stuff, good stuff. So first of all, how you guys doing? Go ahead and bend the knees a little bit so you don't faint. You know what I mean? Kind of breathe deep. There we go. Looking good. Representing Panther Crew, Miss Madison Woodworth, and her honored guest tonight, Logan DeLapp. Madison served as a mentor for a small group of incoming 9th graders this year. And being a crew leader, she means giving up part of her summer to learn how to facilitate small group sessions on the first day of school and also run the first day of school breakout sessions. Crew leaders continue to give their time to work with 9th grade group throughout the whole school year. And as a mentor, Madison went to the advisory classes of her mentees. She facilitated lessons on goal setting, making positive choices, and accessing available resources. Madison has demonstrated engagement in Panther Crew since day one. From the beginning, Madison has always been ready to jump in, lead the group, and share ideas. She's done an excellent job connecting with her 9th graders, bringing ideas to the table, and helping make Crew better. She volunteers above and beyond for our annual fundraiser. Her ideas and support help make Crew a success. Madison Woodworth. Representing the robotics team, Chase Rhodes, and Chase's honored guest is Race Spoor. Chase was the team leader, the build team lead, and the driver this year in a robotics program that advanced all the way to the World Championships for the first time. Chase is also known for finding exceptionally small places to fit in, which really has nothing to do with robotics, it's just kind of his thing. Yeah, the success of the robotics team this year had a lot to do with Chase's work ethic. You know, he put in over 280 hours just this school year alone working on his robots, and he has done that consistently since joining the team as a 9th grader, putting in so far over 1,000 hours outside of school during his career. Chase Rhodes. Representing the men's soccer team is Mr. Alex Stevenson, and his honored guest tonight is Nate Marquardt. You know, Alex was the middle defender and an emotion leader on the men's soccer team, where he earned second team All-PCL honors this year. In a game against Stadium High School, in fact, Alex was pressed into service playing goalkeeper. It's not his natural position, but he demonstrated his willingness to do anything for his team. Alex has been nominated for his perseverance and respect. Alex came into the season with an open mind, and he was willing to try many positions outside of his normal and comfortable position on the field in order to ensure that the team had success. He put the team before himself, and in each and every new position he had to play, he persevered and showed the coaching staff and his teammates a huge amount of respect by always putting team first. Alex Stevenson. And from the women's soccer team, Olivia Grobe, and her honored guest tonight is Carly DeLapp. Olivia is a team captain and a starting defender on this year's PCL championship team, the women's soccer team from Bonnie Lake. She also played on the field. Her play on the field earned her first team All-PCL honors as a first team league defender. You know, I can tell you as her coach that there are plenty of times when Olivia's smile and her sense of humor were just what her team needed, and there were times where her effort and her play and her example on the field were just what her team needed. But the moments that I'll remember most are the private captain and coach conversations where her character, her leadership, and her humanity shine through. And I need you to know that I so very much believe in this young lady. Olivia has been nominated for the character trait of ownership. Because of her personal and moral code and character, Olivia owns giving maximum effort on the field and demonstrating servant leadership. In the wake of graduating nearly the entire varsity squad the year before and having to completely start afresh, she walked into this season and she owned setting our direction and our compass for the years ahead. When asked for student athletes who would own taking us to the next level as a program, she stood up and she said in walk and talk and in word and in deed, if it is to be, it's up to me. She took personal responsibility and always put her team first. Olivia Grobe. Madison Woodworth, Chase Rhodes, Alex Stevenson, and Olivia Grobe are all BLP OKGs. And now would you put your hands together, welcome back to the stage from the world's greatest high school, the world's greatest athletic director, and your Heart of the Panther host, Mr. Jesse Snyder.
But Mr. Wayne Ferris, our soccer coach, he's a BLP OKG too, right? Filling in for Coach Silbaugh, he wanted to be here tonight to present this part of things. He was pressed into fatherhood duty tonight, and so we will forgive him this time. Not as if he's not here a lot. So, can I have Christian Mack, Alan Fletcher, Madison Cranklaw, and Noah Lucas please come to the stage? Everybody doing okay still? There's plenty of snacks that I don't plan to take any home with me, so eat up. I know we're kind of intruding on dinner time, so help yourself. The first nominee from the football team, Christian Mack. His honored guest tonight is Peyton Brock. Christian was a 3-year starter in the program, was the starting center during back-to-back state quarterfinal trips, and he was a captain his senior year. Christian was named first team All-PCL offensive line in 2016, second team All-SPSL offensive line in 2015, and was an honorable mention player his sophomore year. He was also selected to play in the East-West All-State game this year. The power value that Christian most represents is perseverance. After a great junior season, he was going into a senior year with high expectations and an opportunity to earn a scholarship to play football. At a football showcase in the spring, he ruptured his Achilles tendon, an injury requiring serious surgery and challenging rehab. He had to sit out all of spring ball, all of team camp, but he never missed a day, went with the team to camp even though he couldn't participate, working with his teammates in any way that he could. He was cleared for contact on the first day of the regular season, did not miss a practice or game. He worked extremely hard to recover from the injury in a 6-month time period, which is much faster than most folks, certainly faster than me would. He ended up having a great season and was offered the opportunity to play football at Central Washington University. From our football program, Christian Mack. Our next nominee is nominated by 2 programs. Alan Fletcher has been nominated by the cross-country team and by the swim and dive team. His honored guest tonight is Max Lee. Alan was the captain of the men's cross-country team and was a key part of helping our team qualify for the state meet for the 2nd year in the row. Alan is also the Heart of the Panther nominee from the swim and dive team, where he was the only senior in the program, a district qualifier in the 100-meter freestyle, and as a part of the relays. In both programs, Alan is described as a natural leader whose perseverance, respect, and work ethic are an example to younger athletes. A great teammate, Alan shows a genuine concern for the needs of his team and is the kind of positive role model to underclassmen that coaches love to celebrate. Swim coach Jay Paulson tells this story about Alan swimming 100 100s at practice this year. That's an impossible task to me. I can barely make it down and back in the pool once. The misery of such a challenge is described by Coach Paulson. Beginning at the halfway point, the hallucinations of unicorns and rainbows give ways to the prayers of the roof falling in to crush your coach. At 80, the brain starts to go numb and you can't remember why you came to practice. And at 90, you can't remember your name. On completing the set, Alan said this: "Coach, I was exhausted. I didn't think I could go any further. I knew we had to be close to being done. And then you said 65. I was crushed. I thought we were done. 35 more? No way. I didn't think I was going to make it. If I could have gotten out of the pool physically, I would have quit and gone to the locker room." But he didn't. He finished the set. Alan, I'm told, is also a talented rapper, and his talent for rhyming is well known by dropping a few bars in the back of the cross-country van. Alan Fletcher. From the women's swim and dive team, Madison Crinklaw. Her honored guest tonight is Shelby Wolfringer. Madison is a third-year swimming, competing in distance races, backstroke, and relays. She has been selected as a team captain for the 2017 season and won the most inspirational award as voted by her teammates in 2015. Head coach Jerry Turner described a favorite moment from this season when Madison looked at her time following a race and realized that her swim had qualified her individually for districts. I'll always remember her excitement and her smile. It was big enough to see from all the way across the pool. The values that Madison exemplifies are respect and work ethic. Madison has earned the respect of her peers, her competitors, and her own coaches by showing respect to everyone. She is welcoming to visiting athletes, pushes others to excel, and has had many votes for most inspirational from her teammates every year. Madison works very hard in practice and has the drive to push herself that it takes to succeed in swim. Madison Crinklaw. From the men's tennis team, Noah Lucas. His honored guest tonight is Luis Todd. Noah is a 4-year member of our tennis team. For the past 2 seasons has been our number 2 singles player. This year, Noah placed 5th in the Pierce County League tournament, and that qualified him for the district tournament. The power values that Noah demonstrates on a regular basis are work ethic and respect. Noah's determination during competition and practices are unmatched by many players, and he has won many matches simply by outlasting his opponent. Noah shows great respect for his teammates, coaches, and opponents, as shown by this example of his sportsmanship. When paired off against a beginning player from Bethel High School, Noah decided to let the player win a couple of games during the match. In his own words to his coach, "He was a beginner, and I wanted him to get some confidence and feel good." Noah Lucas, representing men's tennis. Again, that's Christian Mack, Alan Fletcher, Madison Crinclaw, and Noah Lucas. You may go. Will the coach of our Winter Guard program, Elise Matthews, please come to the stage?
Hi. Most people know me as Ellie, just so you know. Okay, so can I have Natalie Gleason, Jake Martin, Jennifer Schwayan, and Kristen Mackley join me on the stage? So most of you probably don't know about Winter Guard. Can you hear me now? Okay. Winter Guard is this incredible program that I have the privilege of being the coach for. We spin rifles and flags and sabers, and it's very dangerous and scary. But we also dance to it and to music, and it's very unique. And it's a sport. Some people say it's not, but it's a sport that's very beautiful. And WGI, which is like the world-class version of it, calls it a sport of the arts. So that's our program. Okay, so representing women's tennis, Natalie Gleason, her honored guest tonight is Eliza Christensen. Natalie is a 3-year varsity letter winner and 2-year captain. She played #1 doubles with her partner, Olivia Gropp, for 2 years. Natalie is an academic achievement winner, and this past season was seeded 3rd into the PCL tournament and qualified for the district tournament. Natalie demonstrates all of the power values in many different ways, from her work ethic during practice and matches to the way that she represents her team on and off of the court. The power value that Natalie demonstrates most is perseverance. Natalie takes a very challenging course load at Pierce College and will graduate with her AA. Natalie is a team captain and puts a lot of time and energy helping the team grow. She is a determined student, athlete, and has achieved great success. Natalie. From the men's track and field team, Jake Martin, and his honored guest is Jordan Arpin. Jake Martin was a state qualifier in the high jump on a men's track and field team that was the Pierce County League champions, winning their 2nd consecutive league title and placed 7th at the state meet as a team. Jake was also a big part of our men's basketball team that achieved a playoff berth for the first time in many seasons. Jake was nominated by his coach for exemplary perseverance, ownership, work ethic, and in particular, respect for his teammates, the sport, and our school. A statement about Jake's success in the program from head coach Andy Foster. He says, "I've had the pleasure of coaching Jake since the summer before his freshman year." It's a long time. And have watched him develop and grow as a quiet leader by example, ready to step in and do whatever is needed to further the success of the track team. Jake is the kind of person that arrives early and stays late. Other than my own 2 kids, I have not spent more time coaching any athlete more than this young man, and I have been enriched by the experience. That's what his coach had to say about him. From the women's track and field team, Jennifer Schwayan. Her honored guest tonight is Jordan Hofstrand. Jennifer is a pole vaulter on the women's track and field team. Women's head coach Judy Revel had this to say about Jennifer being selected for this honor. Jennifer represents what this award is all about on a daily basis. Jennifer has put in the work necessary to be a great athlete, but she also gives back to the team. She doesn't just respond when called upon or needed, but steps forward and volunteers without even being asked. Jennifer works hard to help make everyone around her better, including her competition. That is why I believe she is a heart of the Panther. For Jennifer. All right, and Kristen Mackley is nominee for the Winter Guard, and her honored guest is Sierra Hackler. I'm going to go off script for this one because I nominated her. I've had the pleasure of coaching Kristen for 3 years, and when I got the email that said I had to write down on one piece of paper why I nominated her, I looked at it, and I looked at it more for a couple days, and I kept procrastinating. Most students know what that's like. And I procrastinated because I found it really difficult to find Kristen and put her into words and then fit her on one piece of paper, because she's incredible. Her heart is so big and pure, and she puts her heart into everything that she does, including Winter Guard. And her work ethic and her perseverance is incredible. It's unreal. And she would come to practices and competitions with a fever or injured or puking. And all throughout the 3 years, I have a couple of moments with her that are incredible. One of them, about a year and a half ago, we had a show about inner turmoil or self-insecurities in high school. That was what our show was about. And I told her about maybe an hour before we were going to perform that she had to spin a saber. She never spun saber before, and she looked at me and she was like, "What?" But then she was like, "Okay, I'll do it." And she didn't even blink an eye. And I told her what she had to do, and she went out on that floor and she killed it. And I saw myself in her so much. This other instance that I had with her is a little more emotional. It was about a year and a half ago still, and she had a solo in the show, and it was a very, very big rifle toss for a high school student. And she was practicing, and we were about to perform in about 5 minutes, and she kept throwing her rifle, and it kept hitting the ground. And she just kept picking it back up and doing it again, and over and over and over. And I noticed that her hand was bleeding because she kept doing it. She wouldn't give up. And I came over to her, and I made her stop. I was like, "You need to stop. You're gonna be fine. You just need to breathe." And she came out, and she had the best performance I've ever seen her have. And it didn't matter what happened. She was never gonna stop. She was going to get better no matter what. And that is why I picked her as the heart of the Panther. So we have Natalie Gleason, Jake Martin, Jennifer Schwayan, and Kristen Mackley. Thank you. Now, can I have head wrestling coach Dan Pitch please come to the stage so that I can leave it?
Good evening. Could I have Ashlyn Tyler, Ryan Schaefer, Drakiana Adair, and Tatiana Skolotyova please come to the stage? I've been the head wrestling coach here and math teacher for the past 3 years, and in that short amount of time, I've been very lucky to work with some phenomenal athletes. Over the past 3 years, we've won 2 league championships, 2 regional championships, and this year we were the 3A boys state wrestling champions. So thank you very much. From the volleyball team, Ashlyn Tyler. Her honored guest tonight is Katie Freiberger. Ashlyn Tyler was a first-team all-league outside hitter on the PCL champion volleyball team. Ashlyn is known for her relentless hustle and her routinely making impossible seeming plays for her team. The power value that Ashlyn exemplifies is work ethic. Ashlyn seemed to make it her goal to outwork everyone on the team. On and off the season, she was in the weight room every day improving her strength while also playing club volleyball. She came to practice to work hard and get better. During games, she would be found flying into the stands, diving on the floor after a ball. Her work ethic inspired her teammates to work harder around her and challenge the team to be the best they could be. Representing the men's wrestling is Ryan Schaefer. Ryan could not be here tonight because he was attending the graduation ceremony. Ryan was a team captain this year. He completed the season with an 8th place finish in the state tournament and an overall record for the year of 38-14. The power value that Ryan exemplifies are respect and work ethic. Ryan shows the same respect of all his teammates, from the top wrestler in the room to beginners. He will help anyone whenever they need it. He's an extremely hard worker and lets his actions speak louder than his words. Ryan has an exceptional work ethic. He is always at full speed in practice and devotes the same energy to his studies. He maintains a 3.7 GPA and will graduate with honors. Ryan was able to achieve success this season by outworking his opponents and never giving up. Nominated for the women's wrestling team is Drakiana Adair. Her honored guest tonight is Gabby Salinas. Drakiana is only the 2nd female wrestler from Bonnie Lake High School to win a state championship in her weight class. No stranger to championships, Kiki also won the state title in the girls' discus last year and defended that title by winning the event again this spring. She is the only Panther to accomplish the feat of winning 2 individual state championships in multiple sports in the same year. She holds 3 state titles to her name, and she is only a junior. The power values that Kiki best personifies are perseverance and work ethic. In dealing with injuries that slowed her down during the wrestling season, she never stopped working and never gave up. To prepare herself for the wrestling season, Kiki joined the cross-country team and used that training as preparation for the wrestling season. From training with the boys on the wrestling team to logging miles as a distance runner, to the work ethic that she has put into the weight room, training for the discus, Kiki has become a champion by work ethic and perseverance. And on another note, I've coached high school wrestling for over 15 years, and I'm telling you, she is probably one of the toughest mentally athletes I've ever coached, boy or girl. So it's been an honor to coach her, and I expect big things from her next year. From the cross-country team, it's Tatiana Skotiova, and our honored guest is Meredith Graham. Tatiana is an exchange student coming to us from Slovakia and is the representative from our women's cross-country team. As a first-time distance runner, Tatiana was the number 4 runner on the team. Runners are frequently exposed to the elements during training, but no matter what the weather was, Tatiana was remembered by her coaches and teammates for always being cold. She is also remembered for giving her best every day in practice and in races. An unselfish teammate, Tatiana took it upon herself to help her team any way she could. Her hard work paid off with a huge improvement of nearly 2 minutes off her 5K time for the season. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ashlyn Tyler, Ryan Schaefer, Drakiana Adair, and Tatiana Skotiova. And I turn it back over to Jesse Snyder.
Please, what a wonderful group of kids to represent our school and our programs. Can we have one more hand for our nominees? Please. There's some very special kids that we who work in this school and work for this school district get to represent, and it is an honor. Before we announce our finalists, there's some special thanks and a couple of kind of unscripted moments here to get through, and then we will announce the Heart of the Panther winners for the year. And then at the very end of things, I want to make sure all of our nominees We do one big group picture with all of the nominees tonight on the stage. We'll do a picture with the winners, we'll do a picture with the nominees. So my first set of thank yous, the coaches, the advisors, they're the ones who provide a lot of the information here. They give their time, their passion, time and energy that they could be spending with their families and on their teaching careers and the other things that they do, but they do it because they love it, and the accomplishments that these kids are achieving doesn't happen without the coaches and advisors that make our activity programs and our athletic programs what they are. So thank you, and those of you who are here tonight, please let's honor our coaches and advisors. Our custodians, they did a fantastic job of setting things up for us tonight, and long after the lights go out in the gym, they're here working, and it's thankless, and they do a heck of a job, and we keep them here later than they need to be sometimes, and I want to make sure they know that we greatly appreciate the work that you do. Thank you. Andy, that's the last nice thing I'm going to say about you. Our culinary arts program, from bringing this really cool ice sculpture tonight to providing some of the hors d'oeuvres and being a presence at this event, they've done a fantastic job, and I'd like to thank them for their involvement, our culinary arts program. It's a very highly decorated team. They've had a lot of success. They've won national participation and all kinds of things. They do a great job. Our cheerleaders tonight gave up their night to help present awards and to help greet. And I tell you what, those girls put in so many hours to make our school look good, to make our school culture what it is. They are what it means to be servant leaders. And I can't thank our cheerleaders enough for all the times we call them into service, and they always answer that call. Our food services department did some of the catering for us tonight, and they've fed me all year, and it's been a wonderful experience. So I wanted to thank our food services people for all their contributions. The digital media students tonight who are piloting, they've helped us have this stuff up here. This event tonight is actually being broadcast live on YouTube. We're experimenting with some different things that we can do. And so they've been here since school got out, setting up and running things, and I thank them for being here and giving us your work tonight. I think we can clap for them. There's a lot of people in this room tonight who are here at night working contests and working events and working at, taking tickets for the play, being here for the music programs. And if you're a person who's ever been a contest helper, an event worker, or been here at night volunteering with these programs, we thank you. All of these kids' accomplishments, it takes all of us to make it happen, so thank you. A very big thank you to our guest presenters tonight. They may never do that again when they realized how long they would be up here, how bright the lights are, how much they were actually going to have to read. They did a fantastic job, and it was really great for them to be able to honor the kids that they nominated. I very much appreciate your participation. You did a fantastic job tonight. So to our guest presenters, thank you. There's a lot of people that deserve thanks, and if I've forgotten anybody, you're in my heart if I haven't mentioned your name. I have some personal thank yous that I would like to give. They probably won't like this, but that's okay. They could deal with it. Can I have Wendy Moran and Matt Ferguson please come up here? I'll start talking now because I know Wendy is probably not going to like this, and I'm not getting a Christmas card anymore. Like a lot of good stories, this started as a bad joke. See, Wendy is here all the time, and when we first started here, Wendy was a gym manager for volleyball. She did wrestling. She did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then I realized how good Wendy was, that she was available most of the time, and I probably nearly worked Wendy to death. Wendy this year was here probably as much or more than anybody in this room, and she does that working our events for our kids, working the concession stand, doing food services. So one of these nights, I said to Wendy, "Yeah, you are here a lot. You're here so much, after you die, we should name this road right out here after you. Well, I didn't want to have Wendy wait that long, so we have now officially named it Wendy Moran Boulevard, unofficially. The hours Wendy has worked has allowed me to spend more time with my family, and that's something I can never say thank you enough for, that there are nights that I get to be with my kids because I know our facilities are in Wendy's safe hands. Matt, come on up here. The best thing that ever happened to me was Matt Ferguson. Anytime anybody said, wow, things are really going well at Bonnie Lake, I gladly took the credit because I know it wouldn't bother Matt. And then in the back of my mind, no, this is all Matt Ferguson. He is the heartbeat of our school. He is so vital to our athletic programs, to this night, from putting on the programs. He's been here since school got out to do this and be a part of it. He just never stops working for our kids. He truly is just an example and never asks for any sort of recognition at all, so this is probably no fun for Matt, but what I'd like to present Matt with tonight is a special award that I call the Servant's Heart of the Panther. In all things Matt has done, in all the things that have made my experience here in Bonnie Lake a success, Matt has been behind the scenes serving our school, our students, and I can't thank him enough for it. The Servant's Heart of the Panther, Matt Ferguson. We got through that without crying. Now we'd like to announce the winners. Would Mayor Neil Johnson please come to the stage, and he will announce our finalists and winners.
All right, time for the old man glasses. All right, are we ready? All right, the finalists in the women's activities category for the Heart of the Panther are Michaela Swigert, FCCLA, Sydney Petter, Dance and Drill, Elizabeth Madison, HOSA, and Olivia Gustafson, Choir. And the female Heart of the Panther winner for activities is Elizabeth Madison, representing the Health Occupation Students of America. All right, the finalists in the men's activities category for the Heart of the Panther are Jason Brockman, Band, Chase Rhodes, Robotics, Dalton Workman, Culinary Arts. There are two male Heart of the Panther winners for activities. Tied in the voting for the award are Chase Rhodes and Dalton Workman. So, the finalists in the women's athletics category for the Heart of the Panther are Peyton Mitchell, basketball, Trikiana Adair, wrestling, Olivia Grob, soccer, and Joey Ahern, fast pitch. And the female Heart of the Panther winner for athletics is Trikiana Adair, representing wrestling program. All right, here we have the last category. The finalists in the men's athletic category for the Heart of the Panther are Alan Fletcher, cross country and swimming, Christian Mack, football, Jake Martin, track and field, and Cam Campbell, baseball. And the male Heart of the Panther winner for athletics is Alan Fletcher, representing the cross-country and swim team.
Thank you to the mayor of Bonnie Lake, Mr. Johnson. And congratulations to our 5 winners for the Heart of the Panther Award. Their names will be inscribed on the 2 plaques you see here that will be on display in our school for as long as it stands, and on these trophies that hang in the office, their legacy will live on in our school. To our other finalists and our nominees, thank you all and congratulations. At this point, we conclude the evening with some photo opportunities. We'd like for our winners to stay here first, and then we'll get some photo opportunities there, and then all nominees, if you would please start heading your way towards the stage. This concludes our event for the evening. Thank you all for being here. Wonderful night. Thank you.